There was a bunch of members who kept their Batman Damned, and they're going to be happy they did. Let's chat about that. Happy Friday, comic book fam. It's that time of the week where we cover the hot comics of the week, courtesy of comicbookinvest.com, CBSI.
CBSI, for those of you that don't know and have been living under a rock, they compile all of the latest data from eBay and other sources to try and find out what the comic book trends are, and we're here to report that for you.
So hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and let's jump into this list because it's filled with comic book goodness.
And as CBSI mentioned, because it's the holidays, happy holidays, everyone, this is a little bit interesting, this list. There are some movers and shakers on this list that you may not have expected. So, what do you got for us, Tom?
All right, let's kick this list off at number 10. We have another Pug appearance on the list.
This is interesting because we had Grumble the last couple weeks, and now all of a sudden we have
Pug Davis number 1? This is a graphic novel. This is something that I was unaware of, and after a little research, it made sense why this graphic novel has spiked so much. Okay, we're going to dive into it. We have Rebecca Sugar. This is her first published work. Who is she? She is the writer and creator of Steven Universe. She actually started her rise to fame with Adventure Time, her work clear from season 1 to season 5, and then branched off to do her own series.
Yes, absolutely. Rebecca Sugar has been one of those creators that people love. Her stuff, it is voracious. Every single one of the people at my shop who are getting Steven Universe comics watch the show. Every single time there's a new Steven Universe miniseries or a new trade paperback, they will buy it, which is why we're seeing books like Pug Davis number 1, which is Rebecca Sugar's first published work, spiking like this, because all of a sudden you've got the people who liked this. Well, now they're going to try and go back to see her true firsts.
And we actually have an announcement made this summer that we're going to be seeing this franchise hit the big screen.
Ooh.
And with the success of Into the Spider-Verse and other animated movies now that are going to be slated, this series may be something we need to keep an eye out for because this book has recently seen a sale for $280. And good luck finding another recent sale in the last few months.
There's one currently for sale on auction in the UK, and that's still, it's over $100, and it'll be probably closer to $200, $250 by the end.
And if you want to pay for that shipping, you're paying even more than this $280.
Definitely.
But like first published work, keep an eye on for this content creator.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving over to number 9, we have Die Kitty Die, The Heaven and Hell, number 3, Dan Parent variant.
And this is a really cool Bewitched homage. And
This
it's
is
just
awesome.
Dan Parent's art style is very, very cool. I am a fan of this. And this book is going for $10 or more right now.
And good luck finding it because if I've been watching this book just go up and up and up. There's not a whole lot of them made. And the recent sales show like a price hike between 10 and 20 just in the last couple of days. But my personal favorite cover from Dan Parent is his Power Rangers Pink Ranger number 6 variant. It's got Green Ranger and the Pink Ranger on the cover. You know how I feel about Power Rangers.
Right.
I need them all.
Coming in at number 8, we have Spectacular Spider-Man number 313. This is the animation 1 in 10 variant.
Of course.
I know, it's so cool. And I actually got the opportunity to go and see the Into the Spider-Verse movie, and it was great. I honestly expected, and people were telling me it's the best movie ever, and you've seen this, and blah, 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 and you expect that to be hyperbole. You really, when people use words like best or better than any or all of the above, you're like, whatever. And I went and I watched it, and I was blown away. So Spider-Gwen is such a cool character. The new Miles Morales, they changed a bit about him, but still, it was done so well. So obviously, we're going to see more spiders on the list. The 1 in 10 variant's going for $25 on this right now.
That's awesome.
This is awesome.
I mean, 1 in 10, too. That's not a very large ratio. And there was a Peter Parker standard Spider-Man variant. There was a Miles Morales.
Right.
And my personal favorite was the Spider-Man Noir. But Spider-Gwen, the fans have deemed her the favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a look at number 7 on the list here, because this comic book has not only been going up and up and up, it's part of that Kirby trio that every Marvel fan wants.
Fantastic Four number 49 is the meat of the,
It's
right?
right? I don't know. How do you describe
Sorry.
it? No, it's good. I want to keep that. That's good.
All right. So this Fantastic Four 49 is the meat in the Silver Surfer trifecta. You've got the Galactus and the Destroyer and Silver Surfer. All of these covers are iconic. They are fantastic. And I honestly, my personal favorite cover of the three, Fantastic Four number 49, the colors are gorgeous. Oh my.
You're not like upset that there's not more brown
Number
on that cover?
Number 50, that turd brown Silver Surfer cover kills me. And I know it's a key.
It's still
and
awesome,
I get
though.
it.
I like it,
I know it is, but 49 is the one.
Hey, Johnny Storm's going to college on that too.
So with 48 out of people's reach, number 48 has been going up more and more and more.
That made the top
forever.
list at one point.
But a 9.0 at 2,500, up from $1,000 this time last year. And a 7.0 for $1,000, which is up from $500.
This is huge. Like, guys, this is some of the biggest gains on a book we've seen in such a short amount of time. And we don't, like, there's nothing yet. We're all waiting. We're waiting for Fantastic Four to hit the screen, to stay on the screen. Who knows? But the speculators, they're betting on this one. Now, here's another character you may want to be adding to that hunt list. We have Nova number 1 making his appearance here at number 6. 9.8s, Russ, are exceeding $1,000.
What the?
Hey, we got Marv Wolfman. We've got Romita Sr. The run isn't great. It was short-lived, but it's Nova.
Spider-Man's on the cover of number 1. I had someone come into my shop 5 years ago, and they had Nova 1 through 14 all CGC graded at like 9.4 and above. And I almost laughed in their face. And I was trying to be polite. I'm like, oh, that's a $20 book, and that's a $15. How much did you pay to get these graded? Why would you get Nova 1 through 14 graded? Yeah, that guy's laughing all the way to the bank right now. Oh my God.
I know. We had the president of Marvel Studios. This is what he said in an interview. If we have a big board with a bunch of characters that have more immediate potential, Nova is on that board. He mentions that early in the Guardians of the Galaxy planning that he was one of the characters on that list first.
And we heard that rumor, and we know that Donny Cates is assembling a new Guardians of the Galaxy that will be released in a few weeks from now. And Nova is one of the finalists for who could be in the new Guardians team. So if Donny Cates, Sir Donny Cates, who we haven't seen in the list recently,
is that what we're going to change his name to?
Sir Donny Cates. Yes.
All right. Hey, it's the end of the year.
Donny Cates. Sir Donny Cates has been knighted by the Bags and Boards podcast. Yes, because he was royalty all year on this stupid thing. And yes, if he does what he is planning on doing in Guardians of the Galaxy, and it ties into the movie and ties into the Marvel movie, there's going to be a lot going on, and we know there's more Nova going to be coming out in the future.
Halfway through the list, we got to give a kudos to the comic book fam going out to their local comic shops, doing trading in the community, buying some stuff offline, getting good deals. Let's give a shout out to some members of the community.
First off, we have Zach Buys Comics, who got 4 copies of the Grumble number 1 Human Bubble variant.
Very cool. And kudos to you, Russ, for bringing that to the community's attention. Very cool. We have Grinding for Slabs. He picked up 5 copies of that Dead Rabbit variant.
Collect 'em all or die trying got Dark Avengers number 1 and Invisibles number 1.
We have Steam Cave 22. He picked up a ton of stuff. Like, just look at this picture. We have multiple rescue keys. We have Ogre number 1, First Blue Devil, and more. Thanks so much for sending that to me. Well done on the hunt.
Very, very cool.
The big winner for this last week, and happy holidays to the whole comic book fam, but especially to McLean Comics, who picked up 14 copies of Turok number 1. Let's dive back into the list at number 5.
The best part about those 14 Turoks is it cost him $3 total.
That's how the comic fam
rolls. That's how we roll.
All right. Number 5 here, we have Annihilation Conquest. Wraith number 1, Russ. Any idea why Wraith number 1 is hot?
Oh my God, I'm so excited about this because, you know, I heard that Charlie Sheen was planning on doing another Wraith movie, and this is why this is spiking, because Charlie Sheen, the Wraith, he's the ghost motorcycle guy with that really awesome car with all the lights and everything.
You're seriously making a Charlie Sheen joke, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to keep it.
Tiger Blood.
Oh, God, that's terrible, dude. We're keeping it.
No, but it's really not, actually.
No, but it's a good movie.
I did like
That's
that
a
movie.
good movie,
It's really one of my
actually.
favorite. I wore out my VHS copy. I had to buy a DVD copy, and I may have to upgrade to a Blu-ray.
Oh, that's really funny you brought that up.
Right?
Okay, but no, that's not why this book is hot. Okay, Charlie Sheen is not affecting the comic books here on this list. We have Wraith number 1. This was, as CBSI put in their list here, a $2 book. What happened? Well, first off, this book is going for between 25 and 30, and it's climbing. Something is happening at Marvel. All right, what's going down? We have a Marvel preview showing that in March, we have a new series. David Marquez debuted a cover featuring the new team, the Dark Guardians. This is going to be kind of a anti-Guardians team. And let me tell you this list right here, because this is actually some big news. We have Cosmic Ghost Rider, which we thought was going to be on the Guardians team in the up-and-coming Kate's run. Doesn't look like it. We also have Gladiator, Star Fox, Nebula, and Wraith.
So this is kind of cool because it seemed that there was the original poster that they were teasing about the Guardians of the Galaxy, and there were 12 people on the poster, but we knew that not all of them were going to make it. Well, now it seems like we're going to have half of them made Guardians and half of them made Dark Guardians. So we are going to see more of these people.
Interesting stuff. Keep an eye out for it, because when you got Sir Kate's in the conversation, we got hot books coming.
Yep.
All right, Russ, we got another repeat offender here coming on the list at number 4.
So this was number 1 last week. Spider-Woman Alpha number 1, the Stacey Lee 1 in 25 variant. It's continuing to move up. 9.8s went from $500 to $600, and raw copies are $300.
Into the Spider-Verse was a hit. You just said it. I think we got to keep watching this, and we have a ton of other Spider characters that are on the rise. I'm hearing more about Spider-Verse than Aquaman right now. And it just tells me that this is the direction that Marvel's going to be going. I think we have more animated films that are going to be made because of this movie, and I think we're going to see more characters from the Spider-Verse make this list.
Absolutely. We already know Spidey 2099 is going to be in the next one, and they have set up for a sequel. It's going to happen.
Okay, Russ, here it is. Number 3 on the list, Batman Damned, showing up before the end of the year, and I couldn't be happier.
The book is great. It's a fantastic read. After many delays, they finally released Batman Damned number 2. And there was speculation. There were people that were trying to push the price of number 2 for a while. There were a lot of people on eBay listing them for $20. They've settled. Batman Damned number 2 is in the $5 to $8 range. Normal price for that. But number 1, you have more and more people who are looking to get physical copies of this book. Batman Damned number 1 hit about $100 at its peak.
People were like, oh, this is it. Like, dump your copies now. It's never going to go up to this range.
The rumor was that DC was going to be doing a second printing of it. And then people started selling. And number 2 was supposed to come out in early November, and it didn't come out until mid-December. It was 6 weeks late. So when you have people who are kind of capitalizing on the fact that they want that bubble, they're selling, they're dumping. So we started seeing number 1 down at about 40.
People getting worried a little bit.
Well, it's back up to 60, because understand that Batman Damned 2 was one of the highest and most anticipated books of this last year. And DC pulled a fast one on us. Batman Damned number 1, they solicited 2 covers. They solicited the main cover and the Jim Lee cover. So a lot of us bought main cover, Jim Lee cover, sold out immediately. They only solicited 1 cover for number 2. So we're looking at number 2, and I ordered 60 copies of number 1. Well, I have to order 60 copies of number 2 so everyone can get a book. Or if you think it's going to be hot, you order more. Well, a month before the book comes out, they announced, oh, by the way, there's a Jim Lee variant. So people who had already turned in a large order for that one then had to throw in a variant cover.
Even more.
So the number of number 2, I don't have an exact print count right now, but it's massive. It's probably over twice what it was because we knew it was over-ordered. Well, all those people who went out and picked up number 2 because it was on the shelf, now they need a number 1. And since they're not doing a second printing of number 1, what happens? Price goes up.
All right, Batman Damned, staying on the list, and I'm excited to see how this book moves into next year. All right, moving on to number 2 on the list, we have Teen Titans issue number 20, the first appearance of Crush, the Jimenez variant. Now, this is a 1 in 25, and it's going, again, way up to $50 to $60. Now, when this was announced back at WonderCon back in March, it was a surprise to everyone that one, they were going to continue with the Teen Titans run, but then that they were going to include Lobo's daughter.
Right.
Pretty cool character. I really enjoyed Teen Titans 25 because it explains her origin story and kind of tells you a little bit about her relationship with her chain. And she has a pretty similar origin story to Superman. Instead of crash landing on Earth in a ship, she crash lands in her chain. Her chain is sentient and like becomes a ship. And she plummets to Earth and gets, picked up by some random people, and they raise her.
Right. Well, Lobo was always one of my favorite characters back in the early 90s. And I remember before I even knew what infanticide was.
I was just going to say, that could be even related to this and somehow.
Totally, but I had a copy of Lobo Infanticide and a couple of the early ones. And there was a Lobo run in the New 52 that they made him slick. They made him young. It wasn't popular.
Good.
It wasn't good. This is really hearkening back to Crush feels a lot like the real Lobo that we know and love, the unfragging, believable Lobo from the early 90s.
Let's keep an eye out on Crush. We have coming in on the list at number 1, a book that a lot of people picked up this last week, but we're going to make sure that if you didn't pick it up, that you have a chance of getting it because we have 3 copies of it to give away. Moving on to number 1, we have Batman Who Laughs number 1, the Warren Lau Virgin variant. Written by Scott Snyder, this story was fantastic.
If I bought 4,500 copies of the book, I would be able to have a shop exclusive. And for extra money, I could pick a different artist. So, I mean, it's a lot for people to do it. Now, this is from KRS Comics. KRS Comics is the one that had the Warren Lau variant. And if you have seen Batman Who Laughs caressing Harley, oh my God. I wish all of us had gotten that one.
It's so great. I mean, this book's going for $60 right now, and this was a set you could get for $50 total. And I also have to give a shout out, as did CBSI, to the old school Harley cover. It's just the Alex Ross homage. Like, you can't beat it.
Make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below for an opportunity to win one of 3 copies.
We got 3 of them.
There are 3 different copies of the
3.
Batman Who Laughs.
3 giveaways. You just have to comment down below. Let us know what you think about this list. We want to hear from the comic book fam. Oh, it's a great story, Russ. There are
really
multiple
is.
twists in this story. There's multiple Batmans in this story. It's so good. Snyder killed it. I'm excited to send some of these out to the community.
If you're not reading it, get on it right now. And to our winner from last week, we have some fantastic Aquaman covers. And winner was Nathan Arvin. So thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. That's a great way to geek responsibly.
Enough said. Thanks so much for watching the video. And thank you so much to comicbookinvest.com for giving us this information every week so we can cover it for the comic book fan. Hit the link in the bio to visit their website and make sure to follow them on Instagram. Sign up for the mystery mail call. Links in the bio underneath that too.